Raid over Moscow for the Commodore 64. I had the original of this back in the 80s and I played it a lot. And I think I finished this, I'm sure I did, but we're going to give it another go. Let's see how we get on. Do I remember how to play the bloody thing? The only thing I've looked up before playing this video is how to open those hangar doors on this section here. Because before I started recording, I had a quick go and took off in this jet. And I couldn't get the bloody hangar doors open. And it turns out you have to press the F7 key. But not only that, the jet has to be slightly raised. So if you just move the jet but you don't press the fire button to lift it up slightly, the hangar doors won't open. So you just get stuck in there. So that's the only thing I've looked up. So the rest we're just going to work out as we play it. So the previous screen we had to guide the little white dot down to the base on the map. And now we're onto this sort of Zaxxon inspired level, I guess you'd call it, where the aim is just to fly to the right as far as we can and get to the end of this section. This is kind of a filler part of the game, so it's not that terribly exciting. There's a few buildings that you can shoot, and there's a little helicopter here, and then I believe that's the end of that part, so we just move on to the next stage now. And the next screen is where we need to destroy that middle building. You can destroy the two buildings at either side of it if you want to, and the way you do it is you have to line your jet up with the little window in each of the buildings. And you know when you've got your jet lined up, because it turns blue when it's in exactly the right position. So here I am wiggling the jet around and adjusting the height of it to try and match. There we are, there's a bit of blue there. So if I line that up and then fire a shot, it should go through the window and blow the building up. So we just have to do that for each of these buildings. But as I say, we could just destroy the middle one. The others are there just for the score aspect. So let's try and get this last one. Sodding jet can get out of the way. Go on, sod off. Right, let's try this again. There. So that's destroyed that. So it's rinse and repeat basically. So now we'll do it again for another launch site. There we go. So the launch site is Minsk and they've targeted Washington DC. And the thing I like about this game is the sound. Listen to the sound effect of this jet powering up. See how cool is that? That is the Commodore 64 SID chip doing what it did best. And when I upgraded my ZX Spectrum to a Commodore 64, that was the thing that just so impressed me with this machine, is the sound. The SID chip could play 3 channels of sound at the same time, and it just had so much range. And there were so many games on the 64 that had fantastic music. One of the best was a composer called Rob Hubbard, who I'll be doing some games that he has composed tunes for at some point, but it was just amazing. So this is the Zaxxon level again. The thing is, this level never changes. It's just exactly the same in terms of the enemy placement and the buildings, so you very quickly learn what to avoid to stop yourself getting killed on this level. So that's why I always think this bit is a little bit of a filler section. You just have to get through it to get to the next stage, basically. There we are, no problems. May as well shoot the missile before we finish. And then once again we get onto the shooting the building section. I'll do a couple of these. As I say, we don't really have to destroy those. We could just go straight for the middle one, which I might just do now actually. Why not? We're not too worried about score. We're just worried about getting to the end game. So far we've seen about 50% of this game. So there's a couple of more game screens that we've not yet seen. but we just have to play it a little bit further before we get to that point. So now we have that lovely sound effect again, which I never tire of hearing. Right, so raise the jet a little bit and then open the hangar doors and blast through it. Yeehaw! Whee! There we go. And then we just guide the little white dot down to the launch site. So, yeah, this was written by a guy called Bruce Carver, who did a number of games on the 64 that were pretty special. His most famous ones are Beachhead and Beachhead 2. And then he did a series of golf games called Leaderboard. And I think a few years after that, he moved on to developing for the PC. And he started working on a series of golf games for the PC called Links, of which I had quite a few of them. And they were just fantastic golf games. And I've got lots of happy memories of playing Links in my lunch break with a work colleague when we would be on our lunch break. We'd just sit and play Links sometimes. It was great fun. Yeah, so Bruce Carver's done some really, really cool games. Okay, so again, I'm just going to go straight for the middle building. We won't bother shooting the ones on either side this time. Try and get it lined up. Bloody sod off that little plane. There we go. Boom! Right, now we're going to a new game screen. So you'll notice it's kind of taking us back to the Zaxxon level. So this will take us to a new game screen, which has an element of beachhead to it, which I'll explain in a second. So let's just, again, nothing changes. It's all similar territory on this level, so you can just have a bit of fun. Try shooting different things. You get the little helicopter. There we go. Can I get this missile? Yay! Right, now this next screen is kind of Beachhead inspired, because Beachhead was a game where you were shooting planes and destroying warships, and it was all about the trajectory of the shot, and you could raise or lower the gun to shoot things further away or closer to you. And this is a very similar thing where we have to destroy everything that we can on this screen in order to progress to the next level. And you'll see there, if you stay still for more than a few seconds, you'll get shot. So you have to kind of keep moving. So there's a number of things on this level that we have to destroy. The first is all of the white towers on the big building. So I've just destroyed one of them there. And then there were 4 green doors which we have to shoot to turn them red. So I've already done those. So I'm just concentrating on hitting all of these towers. And then when we've done that, we have to destroy the 2 green towers on the left and the right hand side. And then we have to shoot the 8 little white soldiers that are on the wall on either side. And then we have to destroy the tank. And the soldiers are particularly annoying because they respawn after a period of time. So you have to kind of shoot them all in fairly quick succession. But once we've done that, once we've shot all of those things, it will then progress to the next game screen, which is kind of the final game screen of the game. So I think this is the part of the game that I most enjoyed, because it was quite fun. I always used to like playing Beachhead, so I always found this aspect of it really, really good fun. Just trying to shoot all of these things. So when I think of Raid Over Moscow, I think of US Gold. And US Gold was a really big publisher on the Commodore 64, and they released a lot of games, all imported in from America, and some really, really high quality titles. And I remember I told the story in an earlier video when my dad bought my Commodore 64 back in 1985. I can't remember how much he paid for it. I think it was about £300, which was a lot of money in 1985. It's a fair chunk of change now. And we were only a working class family, and I was the youngest of 4 siblings. But my parents were really good. If I had my heart set on something, they would do their utmost to try and get it for me. And I remember us going to the local computer shop, a little independent shop called Microfun. And we bought the 64, and I sort of turned to my dad and said, "Dad, can I get a game with it?" And he was, "What, you want a game? I've just spent £300. And the guy behind the counter obviously felt a bit of sympathy for me. And he kind of said, "Well, because you're paying cash for it, I'll tell you what I'll do, I'll throw a game in for free." And he kind of just reached onto the shelf and threw in a copy of Ghostbusters. So that was the game that I played the most. And I can remember my best friend when I was at school was a lad called Rob. And he had a Commodore 64 that he got just before I got mine, I seem to remember. And one of the first games that he had for the 64 was Bruce Lee, which again I will do a video of because it's a really good fun game. But that was a US Gold title. And over the next 3 years that we owned 64s, we amassed quite a number of US Gold titles, because they were always usually really, really good games, and they were great fun. And piracy was rife in the 80s, but we owned quite a lot of originals between us, because there were some games that we managed to get from school friends. But sometimes the game would come out where nobody owned it, so it relied on somebody buying it so that everyone else could play it. But it got that it was just me and Rob that would just swap games between the two of us, and we started to not give out copies to other people simply because they weren't giving us anything back. So we started to think, hang on a minute, this isn't right. So we ended up just buying games between us and copying them. So I've nearly finished this level. As you'll see, I've just killed the last soldier, and that's a tank. So hopefully now it will move to the next screen. Here we go. And this is by far the hardest part of Raid over Moscow. And from what I remember, we have to throw like a discus at this robot. But the problem is you can't just throw it at it. It has to bounce off the wall and hit the robot from behind in order to register as a hit. And it's very difficult. I can remember struggling with this when I was playing it as a teenager. So I'm sure I'm going to fail miserably at this now, and I'm not going to be able to do it like that. I've just thrown the damn thing and it's nowhere near the robot. So the robot seems to be stopping on each of these cyan coloured squares. Oh yes! Actually hit it. Fantastic. So we've got an idea as to where it's going to be or where it's going. So it's kind of preempting where to throw the disc so we can bounce it off the wall and hit it from behind. And it's hard. It's not easy. And we have a certain number of discs available to us. So there's a little animation there. You can catch it as it bounces back to you. Oh, maybe I've got this one right. Yes! So that's 2. I seem to remember you only have to hit it 3 times. So if I can just get one more shot in. Oh, that's bounced off the front of it. So let's try and aim down to the bottom left where it's heading. Oh, I think I've left that too late. It's not going to be enough time. Let's see. Nope, missed it. And I've lost the disc. Damn. Alright, let's try it with this one. Now. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Yes! Oh, it's still going, so we'll just keep going until we destroy it, hopefully. Come on, come on, come on. I don't think, hang on, that's quite right. No. Oh, I've missed it. Damn it. Oh, and I got hit by one of his bullets. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, it did take a life off. Okay, so got to be very careful. No, I don't think that's right. No, it's just bounced around him. Oh God! You see, it's quite difficult, this section. Come on. I don't think that's right. I think it should have been more to the left. Yeah, that's way out. Damn it! This is really, really tricky. It's just bounced off the front of him. Oh. We're going to keep going. Come on. Right. Can I do it? Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Oh, God damn it. It wasn't enough of an angle. I need to... If you walk all the way to the right, it pushes the aiming marker. Yes! Right. So is that it? Oh my God, there's another one. I've got to do it again. And you'll see that we've now got a countdown that's appearing as well. So it's as if we've got to destroy this next one in 1 minute and 43 seconds. Which I might be able to do if I'm careful. Then again, if I keep throwing it like that, I won't. Come on. That's going to bounce around it. Oh, I knew that would do that the second I threw it. Right, let's try and get it aimed down here again. Oh no, what have I thrown it there for? That's nowhere near. I'm panicking, I'm panicking. Right, come on, Roger. Let's wait for it to get to this one here. No, I've thrown it too soon. That's not going to work. Right, come on. Let's aim for this down here. This is always a surefire one. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Oh, for God's sake, I missed it again. And we've only got a minute to go. Whether this is the last robot, for all I know, even if I did destroy it, there might be another one that will descend. In which case, you have to be very, very good at this game to get past this screen. I mean, I'm sure I did this back in the 80s. I'm very confident that this is one of the games that I actually finished back in the day. But it's not going to happen for this video, I'm afraid. Spoilers. Come on. Oh, for God's sake, I'm just completely losing it. I'm just throwing it at the wrong time. 25 seconds to go. Come on, let's try and get one more hit in before the timer runs out, at least. Let's just try and adjust this slightly. Nope. Thrown that wrong. It's just going to bounce off the front of it. This is not a masterclass in how to play this game, by the way. I'm sure you've already worked that out. 3, 2, 1, boom. Oh dear. So I'm guessing this is kind of the loss screen rather than the win screen. Let's see what it says. In heavy fighting today, US commandos destroyed the Soviet Defense Center in Moscow. All pilots were lost in action. Well, there we have it, guys. A bit of a crap ending, but still quite a fun little game. And I look forward to doing some more Bruce Carver games in the future.